gotta be on the main page, right? Oh wait, no, okay, I was gonna say, I tried to like mouse over to that fucking monitor, but that's on my other computer. Welcome test subjects. Yeah, we're not gonna read the lore. Launch of Apex Legends on Nintendo Switch. Oh man, I can't wait to get literally aimbotted by Switch cross players. Ring Fury Escalation Takeover, the new heat shield item and accompanying survival slot in your inventory. That's interesting. A no-fill Q option for Brave or Zekaki Solo Legends. Okay, not bad, not a bad idea. I like that they're revamping something on the southern end of the map. Hopefully this is going to come with like crazy loot like a lot of the newer areas, but we'll see. Ring Fury is a new Apex playlist takeover that follows regular BR rules, but each round one or more ring flares will appear on the map within the current ring. Ring flares are slowly expanding pockets of the ring within the arena. Maggie sure does know how to start a party. Those who get caught in a ring flare will take damage equal to the damage dealt by the current surround ring. You'll be given a short warning on the map and minimum for the ring flare appears. Legends will call out if they are in direct danger or if there's one opening nearby. Okay. Just basically just like a mini storm. How do you deal with ring flares? Well, two ways. First, try not to get caught in them. Silly. Failing that, you can drop a new item we're introducing called heat shields. During the ring flare, all players will start with a heat shield in their inventory on drop. Throw down your heat shield to avoid damage from ring flares or from the ring itself. That's a cool idea. But I'm one for like, I don't like playing in the zone, or like, I like when like the zone is punishing. I don't like when the zone is something that you can just kind of cheese. So I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the heat shields, personally, already, just reading about it. We'll see how it actually plays out. You know, maybe it doesn't protect you for that long. When you're inside the dome, the use of healing items is sped up by 50%, and the speed of revives is increased by 25%. All right, so, okay. All right, I was gonna say, all right, so it's better to just carry one on you at all times, but no, okay. That's smart of them to make it only activated by the ring. Heat shields on standby in the safe zone are conserving energy and don't grant the bonus. So, I'm worried about like crazy like rat plays from like the zone. I'm one for like, if your back is to the zone, you know, you shouldn't have to worry about the zone or somebody coming out of it. I personally don't like kind of incentivizing more zone play, because this will, like, in later rings, if all three of you are carrying one of these, you could probably do some pretty crazy rotations that a team that might be playing on the edge with their backs to the zone might think, oh, they're completely fine. Whereas, like, if you're the team that's surviving, it's probably a good feeling, but it's probably going to feel really bad to get beamed by a team that's just surviving out in the zone forever because of these. Survival slot. You'll notice that the heat shield doesn't take up any of your normal inventory slots, instead it resides in the brand new survival slot. The survival slot aims to eliminate the choice between normal and situational items like a mobile respawn beacon or heat shield. Now there's no reason not to carry one of these around. Coordinate with your team. That's good. That's sick, actually. I like that a lot. I always like, I was always the one in my squad carrying the Moby. I thought it was annoying to have to like do it, but like it's one of those things where like, even if the guy with the Moby dies, you know, it's probably likely going to still be on his body, or if he doesn't die, then he's got there to res you. I actually like this. That's a cool ass idea, the survival slot. I like that a lot. That's dope. Introducing escalation takeovers. Ring Fury is an escalation takeover, which means that every few days during the event, we're going to turn some knobs to crank up the prevalence, timing, and size of ring flares. By the end of the event, you can expect 5 different stages. That's pretty cool, actually. I don't mind that. As long as, like, I don't mind LTMs that take over for, like, the main game, as long as, like, they're not that bad. If this LTM is, like, really annoying to play, that could be dumb, right? No fill matchmaking is a new way to play the game as a solo legend. Here's how it works and why you might choose to use it. Lobby, yeah, that means the matchmaking system. Yeah. Checking this box, yeah. It's not a bad thing to choose. Obviously, a lot of streamers and stuff are probably gonna just do like no-fill fucking squads. I kind of like actually playing with random squads sometimes. Sometimes it can be annoying, but I like, you know, just hanging out and chilling and vibing and whatnot. I also like using my teammates as cannon fodder. So when I push a fight, I like to make sure that they're the ones that take the damage and I just do it. Because we don't want it to greatly disrupt the experience or pacing of the game with players. We only allow 6 potential no-fill players. Okay, that's good. Because I was thinking like, what if everybody no-fills? So you're just gonna have a 20-man lobby? Okay, just those are the free items. Okay, dude, no matter what, like, I just don't find Spitfire skins cool, man. That Rev skin is fucking sick though. That's a sweet Pathfinder skin. I'm all about that. Look at some of the animations here. I wish they would show the inspect spam animation, you know, so like the real content that we're looking for. What's it like when you hit that spam inspect button? Legend updates. Caustic gas cooldown increased from 2.5 to 3.5. That's very good. Gas damage at a flat rate of 5 HP per tick instead of ramping up from 6 to 12. Interesting. Caustic's really effective at slowing down engagements, yes. The entirety of his kit revolves around gas with a large area of effect, slow vision obstruction, and direct health damage. It's proven to be too oppressive in too many scenarios, especially considering teammates can play in gas relatively unimpaired. Significantly reducing gas damage without taking away completely or having it affect armor instead seems like a fair compromise that stays true to the character while making him less oppressive on the receiving end. We'll be monitoring the data and gameplay closely. If these changes hit Caustic's appeal or effectiveness too hard, we'll revisit accordingly. So, one thing that really annoys me about Caustic is the slow on it. Honestly, like if you get one tick of a Caustic ult on you and they're close enough to you, like that's all you need sometimes. It's not even the damage that's hard, but 5 HP per tick means you have to take 20 ticks. I think that's 20 seconds you have to be in the gas to die. I don't think the Caustic ult even lasts that long, or it's something close to that at least. So it's definitely gonna do some pretty fucking minuscule damage, and I like that a lot actually. I would have preferred they do something with like the enemy slow, but that also could just be enough to like make you want to just push through gas and not even care. I like that a lot. So now I guess it's moving more into like vision it's less of a just farming people for damage and more of a vision obstruction tool slash slow tool. So I like it a lot, dude. That could nerf Caustic out of the competitive meta enough to where only like decent Caustic teams can be good with him and not people just relying on getting a good fucking gas grenade to just kill people. Because this means you can easily out heal this damage fucking easy. You have to stand in gas for 20 seconds to die to it. So you can actually, if someone just yeets a Caustic ult on you just to try to fuck with you, you can literally just sit there and tank it. I like that change for sure. I mean, any nerf to Caustic is a good one. It shows that they're listening. Pathfinder removing low profile, about fucking time. But hey, better late than never. I'm curious though if that'll be enough to actually get him meta. You'll certainly see a lot of Pathfinder players come back and play Path again. I don't know if it'll make him meta though. We'll see. Maybe it depends on how they tune the guns and whatnot. Remove 15% faster item heal item usage while in dome protection. I like that. Obviously, I am releasing a Gibraltar guide, and I do like playing Gibraltar, but I always thought that this is completely unnecessary. I like that a lot. That's a good change. Now it makes it so like, typically before you had to, if you try to push an enemy dome, like say you cracked all 3 of them and they domed and now they're healing, like it was so fucking fast for them to pop a bat. Like it was so hard to actually push that and then make to the point where like they didn't already heal and they're ready to receive you in the dome. Craigasm. But now it's going to be harder to, like, it's going to be much easier to gap close on a Gibraltar. Before, it used to just, basically, if you saw a Gibraltar dome and you were like 20 meters out, you can't really push that. Because by the time you actually get into that dome, they're already ready to fight. This is a good change. Kind of wish there was a little bit more for Horizon. My biggest issue with Horizon is the audio in her grav lift. Like, obviously, her grav lift has audio when you throw it down, which is good. But my biggest issue with it is that if somebody takes the audio or the Horizon grav lift like 5 seconds later, there's absolutely no audio on that. You have no idea if they're in that grav lift. I think that's like one of the most oppressive things about her and one of the most annoying things about fighting her is that if somebody takes that shit late, there's absolutely no way for you to tell until it's probably too late. Remnant Silence now disables Mirage's cloak to revive and that's barely anything. Watson now is a passive shield regen at half HP a second, half of Octane's current health regen rate. I like that, actually. That gives Watson a little bit more like selfish power, which I think she definitely needs. She needs something that makes her fun to play as just, she's a fun character to play rather than just a team-oriented character. I think all the team-oriented characters, I wouldn't mind seeing them all get pushed into a direction of making them a little bit more fun for the actual person to play rather than them just being good for the team. Explosives damage amped cover normally instead of inflicting 200 damage. Interesting. So basically the same thing for Sheila. That's a good change actually for her. Because right now her biggest counter are nades. You're still going to nade the fuck out of her walls because you're going to try to do as much damage to the enemy players as well that are hiding behind them, like thermites and whatnot. But that's a good change, dude. That means like Arc Stars will do like what, 70 damage? If they do HP damage instead of armor damage, which I'm assuming they do HP damage. That's a good change. I like that a lot. I don't think it'll push her into meta by any means, but I think that'll make her probably a little bit less of a troll character. I don't really care about the Sheila change, but the amped cover, that's the biggest one. If they want to make her useful, the amped cover is what they need to go for. Weapon optics. All golden AR LMG optics updates to 2x bruiser. Thank fucking God. Holy shit, this needed to happen so much sooner, but I'm glad it still happened. Massive. Pellet damage decreased from 13 to 11. Fire rate increased from 1.0 to 1.1. Goldie's changes are to place this weapon's identity between the fast fire EVA 8 and the heavy hitting Peacekeeper. Mass has consistently been dominant in close quarters combat. Yes. This change reduced that damage potential in order to limit the amount of 2 pumps. I wish when they did these damage changes, they would list because I don't care to do the math right now. But I wish they would list low profile, fortified, and normal damage like all together so you could see exactly the numbers. I don't want to do the math, but I'm assuming you can't. I'm assuming this change is probably, if I had to guess, to like stop 2 pumps from happening, because that's kind of what it sounds like. Not a bad change. I'm in a very hot take boat of like, I don't really want them to nerf shotguns too much. I know a lot of people are getting tired of, oh, Mastiff Legends, blah blah blah, shotgun Legends. I get it. I talk about this all the time though. I talk about how the only version of Apex Legends we know, right, is one where shotguns are strong. If you've been in my stream, you've heard this story, you've heard this spiel before. We don't know a version of Apex where shotguns aren't. I kind of don't want to see a version of Apex where shotguns aren't strong, because that means, one, first off, aim assist is going to be even better, because Massive is a big way to outplay potentially somebody with aim assist if you're mouse and keyboard. Not saying it's like a big thing, but the biggest one is actually the ability to outplay. The more you nerf shotguns, the more you nerf individual outplay ability. Where if, like, you know, if you're pushing somebody with a Mastiff, we've all been there. You're pushing somebody with a Mastiff, he's last alive, your team is careless because everybody wants that kill, and all of a sudden that guy ends up 1v3ing you. The more you nerf shotguns, the more you nerf that ability to outplay, and you make it more of a numbers game, which I don't want to see Apex become. Which is basically, oh, well, we got knocked. We got one guy knocked, we can't get him up. All right, well, we just gotta run because now they have 3 SMGs, we only have 2, right? It's a lot harder to win a clutch situation when you have less numbers with an SMG. Be curious to see how this works. They did increase the fire rate, so obviously it'll shoot a little bit faster. We'll see, curious to see how that works with like a purple bolt, for example. But I'm just worried. Like I said, I know I might have a bit of a hot take when it comes to shotguns compared to everybody else, but that's just how I feel about it. I don't want to see this game become a numbers game. I like the fact that one player, if they're feeling themselves, can pop the fuck off like that. Wingman, +1 bullet to every mag size, including base. That's good. That's good. More wingman changes. Get that shit fucking back up. I like it. Nothing more to say to it. Yeah, that's a good change. It's still gonna feel really bad until they put in that bleed through Gibraltar shield thing, because Gibraltar, you need 2 wingman shots to destroy Gibraltar shield, which means it's fucking awful. If you go up against a Gibraltar with a wingman or a Revenant, like, it feels terrible, absolutely terrible. But it's a good starting base. I like that. Hemlock, increased hip fire spread, good. That shit needed it. Quality of life changes. King's King loot. We've done a pass on loot to bring up the quality across the map, also maintaining a certain amount of loot after Mirage Voyage has flown away. Wooden shacks across the map, a few more pieces each. Spotted Lake has been reduced to medium from high. That's probably good, realistically speaking. I don't like nerfing loot, but that place is so fucking busted. Whoever gets that is just absolutely kidded. Crash site is redistributed loot in the area slightly. The amount stays the same, but the higher quality loot should be in the ship. Caustic treatment has more loot than water treatment and remains high quality. I like that. I mean, adding more POI to loot to a bad POI is good. Locked weapon optic swapping. For guns with fully locked attachment slots like fully kitted gold weapons and most crate weapons, you can now remove the optic and replace it with a different side. Dude, I've been calling for this forever, but I didn't think they'd ever actually do it because maybe it was just like a little unintuitive. Thank God, that's fucking dope. So now no more awful gold wingman. Now gold weapons are actually like pog as fuck. I like that a lot. Wait, players being revived by gold backpack with crackle of energy based on tier of armor they wear while the revive is taking place. They also display the armor heal effects when the revive is finished. That's good. I wanted... Okay, so if you've been in my stream, you know how I feel about this. I do like the visual effects of it for sure, but I do think that it should be audio as well, because you don't always have a visual sightline on the person getting rezzed. I do think an audio cue should be a little bit... they should have a different audio cue as well, so you can play around that when you don't have a sight on them. But that's a good start. Certainly like that as well. That's huge. Bad rates can now get away with being bad. Quick can no longer teleport to a replicator? Huh? That was a bug? What the fuck? I'm just kind of skimming through the bug fixes because... Alright, dude, I mean, that's a good patch, man. I like it. I think Horizon still needs to be nerfed a little bit more. Love the Caustic Pathfinder jib changes. Watson change is nice. I don't think it'll be enough, but it's nice. That's a good start. Rip part changes are good. The weapon changes are good for sure. Except maybe Massive. I'm a little scared about that one, but we'll see how that plays out. When does this go live? I think March 9th, people are saying. Yeah, March 9th. That's, hey, good stuff, man. It's literally what a lot of people were asking for. Can't say they don't listen now, forehead. Anyways, I'm gonna run a quick ad.